Lightning 100. That is Sylvan Esso with coffee. Definitely just got some coffee in me here, warming up on this crisp fall day at the SoundHarvest Festival. We're sitting here just, talking with Scotty Bratcher. How are you, Scotty?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm doing well. I feel like we got to a lot of topics that maybe the people would want to hear about as well. It's been good getting to just hang out with you and talk. So you said you got a bunch of new stuff today, not only music, but merch as well?
Yeah, we played a lot of new stuff. And then, we got brand new t-shirts. Nobody has ever seen them. So they're brand new for Nashville today.
Wow.
And then, so we debuted some stuff in the set list too, new music that nobody's heard. So it's cool. It's really cool to be in Nashville playing.
Yeah.
It's always everybody's dream. I'm going to go to Nashville and play guitar. And I got to do it today.
Yeah.
Well, you are an amazing guitar player.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed your set.
I know 3 chords and a scale. I just, play them in different keys and different speeds and fool everybody.
He's being very humble. You started playing at 2?
Yeah, I got my first guitar when I was a year old and really got into it. I mean, Stevie Ray Vaughan is my hero.
Good hero.
There's God, my dad, and Stevie Ray Vaughan.
All right, the Trinity.
So that's how I ended up doing this, But when I was about a year and a half old, I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan on TV, and something about the guy was so huge that, I've got a little nephew who just turned 3 today, actually. I know how hard it is to keep the attention of an infant.
Yeah.
There was something about Stevie Ray Vaughan when I was a year old. It caught me and it held on to me, and I'm still here.
You're obviously just meant to do it, That's really cool. And you said you've been with your band for quite some time.
Yeah, the bass player, this is his 8th year, so we're like at 8.5 right now. And then our drummer, it will be 2 solid years in January.
So that must make playing really fun when you know the guys so well.
It is. It's like a family. It's just like anything. When you can be creative with other people, you bounce, your creativity off of them and theirs off of you. It's just this really cool, fun thing that happened. We were up there on stage and we knew what we were going to do, but we didn't know how we were going to do it. We just get up there and we just play and we have fun. And because, we're entertainers. That's what we do. If we just got up there and just played the songs, it would be like reading a script, which sometimes is necessary. But, when you got people out here that want to be entertained, that's our job, So we get up there and we just play real loud rock and roll.
Yeah, and I think that speaks of the musicianship without even saying it. I think that really says something when you're so comfortable, not only in your own chops, but in the chops of your fellow people up on stage there, that you don't need the set list. Right. I think that really takes the whole performance and really just playing with people to the next level. And
it's a huge thing. I can't do dates with other band members. It has to be, if you want me to do my thing, I need, my tools, which, in more than one way, my band members are my tools. But
it's an endearing term.
But that's how it works. Because we've been together for so long, and because they are so capable of what they do. I won't take credit for anything. So my name's on the sign, but nobody would show up if I couldn't be me, and I'm me because of them. So it's sort of this constant thing. Right? It's not my band, it's our band.
Yeah.
And he's not my bass player, he's our bass player. And that's how you keep that going, because I don't want anybody in my band to ever feel like I can do without them. Right. Because that's part of what I do depends on how capable they are of doing what they do.
And really, there's no faking it when you're out there. If it's just the 3 of you up there, that's a big sound that we were hearing. And so always love seeing a huge sound coming out of, 2, 3, 4-piece bands like that.
Well, and we are so heavily influenced by, such great rock and roll bands, Grand Funk Railroad and Free and, Black Sabbath. All those bands were 3-piece bands. Right. Even Zeppelin was, they had a lead singer, but the musicians in the band, there were 3 of them.
Yeah.
So it's, that's really what influences us.
And it must be great to be so close when you're going to be touring like you do.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to move over here. That other band over there is kind of loud.
Touring like you do, it's probably good that you're so close, like, with your band members.
Yeah, well, and you have to be.
You guys are hitting the road pretty hard, right?
When like I said, we're getting ready to leave for Laughlin, Nevada, and we play 2 shows in 3 days, but they're about 2,200 miles apart. So if you can't get along with a guy that you're stuck in a van with for 5,000 miles, I mean, that's just one trip.
Yeah.
You know, imagine the rest of the year. You know, you got to either like them or find a way to like them.
Exactly. And so you guys have been in the studio too, though, right?
Yeah, we've got a new record coming out, and it's really cool because Nashville is where a lot of this record was recorded. Jimmy Hall from Wet Willie, you know, Hank Jr.'s band leader, he's Jeff Beck's lead singer. He's actually singing a song on my record, which is huge for me. I was on the road with a comedian from here named Tim Wilson, and I basically kind of lived here for 2 years, and he kept introducing me to these people, and I got to be friends with them, and Jimmy was one of those. And it's such an honor to have him on the record. Kenny Wayne Shepherd's lead singer's on the record. Greg Martin from the Kentucky Headhunters is on the record, and it's just going to be a really fun record to put out. You know, it'll be as fun to put out as it was recorded.
When is that coming out?
3rd week of January.
All right.
We will be out in January.
Well, we're waiting for that, and it's cool you say Kenny Wayne Shepherd. It seems like maybe you fostered that relationship when you were pretty young, right? There's sort of a Kenny Wayne Shepherd backstory.
Yeah, and the cool thing is Kenny Wayne Shepherd was the first guitar player that wasn't Stevie Ray Vaughan that I would listen to. You know, he came out in about 96, which I was 9 years old. So that was the first thing that I saw that I liked as well as I did that wasn't Stevie Ray Vaughan. I was hardcore about Stevie Ray Vaughan. And he was sort of that bridge that kind of, you know, is like, oh, there's so much more out there. But it took somebody that had heavy Stevie Ray Vaughan influence like I do to kind of get me to listen to it. But his lead singer, Noah, is actually from Cincinnati. And so for years, everybody told me, you got to hook up with that guy, you got to hook up with that guy. So as heavy an influence as Kenny was, even in my singing, I've tried as much as I can to learn from Noah because he's such a great singer. But yeah, it really was sort of a match made in heaven because we come from those same schools and we wind up living in the same city. So, and they've gotten to be such great friends of mine too. They're such great people.
That's
so
cool.
I'll sit in with them once in a while when they come, you know, to my hometown.
How fun.
Man, that's awesome. Scotty, I feel like I could sit here all afternoon and talk with you. Unfortunately, we got to pay some bills here, but thank you so much for stopping by, man. And, you know, I hope you enjoyed SoundHarvest. We're having a great time out here.
Absolutely did. This is a really cool festival. Very, very cool.
Make sure you get us some of that music when your record comes out in January.
Yeah, I will be sure to be in touch.
That'd be
be
great.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Scotty, for stopping by. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back reporting live from the SoundHarvest Festival here in Nashville, Tennessee.